Good morning, Kim. Today is going to be my first video installment of my series Vlogging from Odd Places. Where I am right now would be my bathroom, shower, punishments. For missing your Saturday video, you can choose one of two punishments. And in the first punishment, you have to choose two of the three of the following. Count my Starship punishment as completed because I did watch it all and then post about it on the vlog. Accept before and after photographs for my room cleaning punishment. Due to technical difficulties with the macaroni and cheese punishment, accept this small clip.
In one episode, like a few years ago, they go and visit the 2012 London Olympics, which is happening soon. Anyway.
That was also a weird one.
With the little girl. This is gross.
As proof that I did the punishment. Then you have to choose two of those three. Then, option 2 is to have your own punishment, which will be decided once you choose option 2. I have a few ideas swimming around in my head, but I don't want to commit to something unless I know that you're going to do it. Now on to the main point of my video, which is the Hunger Games movie. The trailer was just released. It looks like it's going to be really cool. Instant classic, just perfect actress for Katniss. It looks fantastic. I am not going to see it. When I was very little, I read through the entirety of the Chronicles of Narnia series. It was my favorite. I spent hours reading those books over and over again. And my favorite was The Magician's Nephew. Completely underrated, perfect, explains things so nicely, and it's so clear and beautiful. Same with Chronicles of Narnia. I read it and I was just astounded, and it was, the White Witch was just so vivid in my head, and all, like, the entire series, it's just brilliant. And it was a little weird when I realized that it was all like a metaphor for Jesus, but amazing books, right? So when the movie came out for it, I wanted to go see it. And I did. And I haven't been able to read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe since, because I have this sort of, I want to go back to the images I had in my head when I read it the first time, but I have all these images that are stored with The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe in my head from the movie, and it doesn't feel right, and I don't like it, and I don't want to read it because it just doesn't feel good to, it doesn't feel the same to read it anymore. And with the Hunger Games series, I mean, Kim, you know how obsessed I am with the Hunger Games trilogy. I read the, okay, for those of you who aren't Kim, I read the first Hunger Games book, could not stop gushing to Kim about it. Kept telling her how badly I wanted to read the second and third one, but couldn't afford them. I told her so much about how I loved the first one that she ordered the trilogy off of Amazon and then let me borrow the second and third books so that I could read it and stop complaining about it. And it was amazing, and I vaguely remember texting you at 3:30 in the morning, reading Mockingjay, sobbing because I thought that people were dead, and I won't spoil the book for anyone who hasn't read it, but oh my goodness! That was a moment. That was a raw Katie moment. I'm gonna fix my hair, and I'm gonna come back to real life. Oh yeah. But Hunger Games is a very visual book. It's Katniss Everdeen, the girl on fire, and you know, very impoverished District 13 with like charcoal everywhere and this fence around the town and a meadow and a woods and hunting through the woods, and just very stylized and visual. And, you know, within the Hunger Games, it's all very intense, and I feel like there's no way that the movie is going to be similar enough to the images I already have in my head that I will still be able to enjoy the books. Babbity Rabbity! I remembered. This is my forest! You are not allowed! No, the stump hummed. This is a wood, and I'm afraid it is not in your possession. The stump tried to continue with Babbity down the path, but the troll grabbed the little rabbit by the shoulder, stared directly in her face, and bellowed, I wanted to give you a Thanksgiving present, which is that since your video falls on Thanksgiving this Thursday, you may post it on Friday if you were unable to on Thursday. You don't even have to clear it with me. It's Thanksgiving. So tag you're it! Bathtubs are actually really comfortable even when there's no water in them.